Hello, online crew. How are we? What happened to my live on Instagram? Hang on. Okay. Little technical issue, guys, as you are jumping on. But hello, online crew. How is everybody today? I hope you're doing awesome. Today, I want to talk about how you can sell more by saying less. Who would like to do more of that? Would you like to be able to get better results in your business by saying less and being really strategic and have a framework to follow for that? So if that's you, then you're in the right place today, because that's what I'm going to talk about. So welcome to our broadcast today. I'm over here on Facebook, YouTube, and my free group. So welcome, guys. And I'm over here on Instagram. So hello, Instagram. So just put up with me looking sort of up and down because I'm on two different sort of devices to broadcast in the multiple places. So if we haven't met before, my name's Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. You can see it on Facebook, on Instagram. It's not reversed mirrored, so it just looks stupid. But anyway, and predominantly what we do here is I help home-based business owners leverage social media with modern online strategies to attract people to you. Is that not what we all want? We want to attract more people to us, grow an audience, build our influence, so you can have people reaching out to you about your business rather than you having to, chase people. So that's what we're here for. I just want to remind those of you in the coaching community, we had call 1 of our live Q&A Zoom call yesterday. So the recording of that is sitting in the group, and we've got call 2 today or tonight or tomorrow morning if you're in the UK. So if you catch this on time and you're in UK, Germany, or Australia, call 2, and all the details are in the group. Just go to the group. Or if you go to my helenmartinonline.com/events, you can see links and all sorts of things. You can get onto the Reels Challenge if you're not already on the Reels Challenge, all those kind of things. So just go and check that link. So how is everybody today? If you're joining me today live, say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from. How's life for you? Hopefully really good. So let's see who's here. We've got Beth, we've got Soyeni, we've got Gloria, we've got lots of people jumping on. So awesome. So let me share with you sort of this day and age. Times have changed. People want different things. They're looking for different things than they were, years ago. So what used to work, even just recently doesn't necessarily work now. And people were used to looking for details and, all the ins and outs of things before they would buy or opt into something. And times are different. In this day and age, people are looking for more human connection. So how do you, in your social media, how do you connect with humans in a more authentic, genuine way to sell more of your stuff? How do you think you can execute that? This is what I'm talking about today. I want to give you a very quick and simple 3-part framework that you can bring to your social media, which can really help draw people in. And if those of you that are more advanced, that you're doing selling type stuff, sales pages, stuff like that, this is really important. Email marketing, any of that kind of stuff, this is even more important. Some of you along the way would have learned maybe some copywriting skills. Some of you may have not learnt any. But to be successful on social media, you've got to learn the marketing part of network marketing. Like if you're in direct sales, MLM, and you want to be successful on social media, you absolutely have to learn more about sort of the marketing. And that comes down to, how you talk to people, the messages that you share. So the message I really want to get across to you today is storytelling. But I want to give you just a 3-part framework that you can take away just to sort of think about and implement. Those of you that have done copywriting training, there are more elaborate things that you can look at and get into regarding copywriting. But as for those of you that haven't had that kind of training and you don't really know what to put out on social media regarding what to write and what to say, this should be really helpful for you. Okay, so just remember what it's like for you. And I was saying this on the coaching community call yesterday, I think it was. When you are stopped by something in your scroll, why is that? I would really encourage you to not only look at something that grabs your attention on social media for your perspective. It's like, oh, that's interesting. What's that? I want to look at that. What can I learn from that? Those kind of things. But when you become a good marketer in relation to how you market on social media, and you need to learn these skills to, where'd my screen go? There we go. You need to learn these skills to get good about attracting people's attention on social media. You need to stand out from the crowd. How do you do that? Tell stories. Okay. So just stay with me so I can give you the 3-part framework. Because when you learn how to write in a certain way and, share a message in a certain way, you draw people in, and you're far more interesting than just saying this, and this. Learn the difference between information and emotion. Massive. Teach everybody that on social media, whether you're on your personal profile, groups, pages, whatever it is, the difference between information and emotion. People don't care about information. It is everywhere. You open your phone as soon as you wake up and you are bombarded with information. You open your email. Sorry, Instagram, somebody's calling me. That's the downfall of using my phone. I've got to turn my notifications off. Reminder to myself. What was I talking about? Squirrel moment now. Totally lost my train of thought there. How many of you do live videos on your phone and somebody tries to call you and you haven't turned your notifications off? It doesn't happen when I'm on my computer, but I'm using my phone to go live on Instagram. So lesson learned for that. But, and now it's just blanking out the screen. Technology. I love technology and I hate technology. Who can relate to that? Technology is awesome to connect with people around the world, build amazing relationships, build a team, find customers, all those kind of things. Social media is amazing for that when everything runs smoothly. Have any of you experienced any kind of challenges with social media where things don't go right, things go blank, you screen, you lose a video, you do a whole lot of reels, you put them in your drafts and you lose them, those kind of things. And here's what I want to say. It's just come back to me. Regarding copywriting and writing, and for those of you that are doing the Reels Challenge, the free 30-day Reels Challenge, I can tell those ones of you that have done you got a little bit of knowledge about writing on social media, and those of you that don't. Here's what you don't want to do on social media ever. Okay? Have you ever heard of a term called white space? Anyone? Put it in the comments. Have you ever heard of the term white space? What is really hard for people to absorb on social media is when you write a whole lot of stuff and there is absolutely no break in the sentences. It is just a massive paragraph of writing. And what I've noticed, those of you that are in the Reels Challenge, like in your caption, those that you're writing massive amount of information and then you've got your hashtags right at the end of that. So somebody's looking at this mass amount of text on a tiny little phone. No idea what my phone's doing today, but we roll on. Maximum 2 or 3 sentences and then a space, and then do your next paragraph and then space and your next paragraph. You don't want a whole lot of text. People, they're already out. They're already tuned out. People can't absorb that much amount of text and information at once. So please make sure as a minimum, what you're doing out there on social media regarding what you're writing is you've got to have white space and separate your hashtags out, all those kind of things. Okay, so I've gone a little bit off topic, but it's really important for you guys to understand that when you're writing on social media and trying to get more attention and sell more of your stuff, how you write it, not only what you write, which is what I'm talking about today, but how you write it is really, really, really important. Okay, because people just can't absorb huge amounts of text. They're out of there. It's just too complicated. Okay, so make multiple sort of paragraphs rather than a whole lot of text. But here's what I want to share with you today. Have you ever sat around a campfire and somebody is around that campfire that's just got all the stories, but it's just amazing and you just can't get enough of it. Or you hear somebody on stage and they just tell this powerful story about their life or what they've been through and their struggle and how they came out of it. Have you ever read a book or watched a movie? Have you read a book or watched a movie? What do? They tell a story. So here's what I'm recommending to you, and the three-part framework that I'm recommending to you, just to keep this really, really simple for those of you that are not educated on, any kind of copywriting. Here's the 3 parts. 1, start with the vision. And I'll give you some examples to make sense of this. Okay, but this is basic copywriting. This is what you should be doing on social media to sell more of your stuff without really selling. Take people on a journey, share something with them that is related to your niche and whatever it is that you're selling. Okay, so the first part is vision. The second part is the problem. And the third part is the solution. Okay, and let me give you a couple of examples to bring some reality to this to you, and just to sort of, bring some meaning to what I'm saying here. So firstly, just understand that when you use this kind of framework, it's far more interesting for people to read your stuff. When you write on social media this way, you're all writing some kind of posts. You're even doing video. Use the framework in your video if you're trying to lead to something like a solution. You've got a product that solves things for people. You've got something to sell. This is the way that you want to do it. Those of you that have got copywriting skills might have, more detailed versions, but for those of you that don't, this 3-part framework is critical. So vision, what do you want to paint the picture of where you are or what you want or what somebody else might want? This creates our understanding with our audience. They can relate to you. This is the relatability piece. So if I'm talking about something to do with social media, I might be saying something like, would you like to build on social media, effortlessly and without confusion and overwhelm to build the business of your, dreams? Like, I'm painting the picture of, I'm either asking people what they might want, or I might say it in a way of my own story. So it might be, that I'm sharing a bit of a story, and it's like, something about me, and then I've said what I've come to realize in what's happening around the world at the moment is that social media is an avenue for me to build my business. I just so desire to build the business of my dreams and create income and wealth for my family. It's really important to me to be contribute to the finances of our household, whatever it is. So there's a vision there. So you get part 1. You take somebody on a journey of where they want to be, or the relatability of where you want to be, and somebody else reading it might go, yeah, that's me too. Okay, so that's the vision. Then the second piece of it is the problem. This is what I want, but with all the things that you get hit with in social media, I find that I'm completely overwhelmed. I don't know which platform to be on. I don't know how often to post or do live videos. So you outlay the problem. Okay. And then the third piece of it, so to help me on my journey, I'm so glad that I learned how to, all this 3-step system to get me started, blah, blah, blah. And then you have your call to action. Like, it's effortless to get to your call to action when you take people on this journey. So I'll give you a completely different example that might be like a product example. It might be a vision for myself in, want to look youthful for a little bit longer. Okay. So it's like, I don't know about you, but I would like to stay looking younger for as long as I possibly can. But then I go into the problem. But with the life that I lead, running around the kids, running multiple businesses, all the things that I've got to do, including being a wife and a mom and all the other things, life is just chaotic. I don't know if you can relate to this, but I'm so grateful that I found something to get me started in a natural way, etc. Whatever the solution is that I've found, and if you find yourself in a similar place, then maybe I can help you. I'm happy to share with you what it is that I found. Okay, that is so much easier and friendlier for people to absorb rather than I've got this stuff, you should try it if you've got a problem with, XYZ. So at the very basic level, when you're writing a post on social media, when you're doing a video on social media in some capacity, follow that framework. Get the understanding from your audience. Now, a huge piece in this is you've got to know who you're talking to and what problems that you solve for people. So it always comes back to your branding message, who your target market is, and what problems you're solving for people. And you need to be really dialed in with that to be effective on social media. But then when you're sharing things, when you want to sell more of your stuff, you've got a solution. It's not the thing. We've talked about this many times before. It's not the thing. It's what the thing does. So take people on a journey in relation to a story. So relate to your audience, number one. So by calling out what it is they want or that you want, and they can see the relatability of what you're saying in them. So you have the understanding, and that's all about connection. You've got to have the connection first. So again, it's either from your perspective, something you want, visionary, that other people can see that in your story, or you're calling out sort of people, would you like to, do you have a desire to, whatever it is, okay? But then call out the problem and get the relatability, again, even deeper. It's like, yep, they know what I'm thinking. They know what I'm feeling. So this doesn't work very well if you don't know your target market and what problems you solve for them and what they're truly, genuinely feeling deep down. So you've got to know all those things first for this to be really effective. But then you've got the solution side of it. So when you can take people on that journey simply, and just when you write something, look at that framework. Oh, have I got my vision? Have I got my problem? Have I got my solution? And this takes a lot of you that are used to selling and pushing your products out of that mindset and into sharing a journey and a vision and a solution to people's problems. Does this make sense to you guys? This is a very simplistic way of explaining it, but I just want to share this with you because when you can get to this point where you can just that 3 simple framework, vision for the understanding, problem for the deeper understanding, and the solution. Oh, this person knows me really well. They might, and maybe I should try that too. Your call to action becomes seamless. Some of you you're saying something and you've got a call to action and it's like selling, radar, and it puts people off. If you think about the psychology of marketing, why do people read books? There's a story behind it. Why do you bother watching movies? I love watching movies because you know why? I block out the whole world for about an hour and a half. How many of you can relate to that? How many of you love watching a movie and you've forgotten about all your problems that you've had in the world and all your to-do list and all the things that aren't working in your world because you just got glued to something for an hour and a half? Why are you glued to it? You just got taken on this massive, amazing journey for an hour and a half and you blocked out the world. Like you want to draw people into what it is that, you are visionary about, but understanding people's problems and offering them, a solution. So think of social media like your little movie. I hope you're following along with me here. Stop with the information and get into the emotion. Help people understand you, but take people on the vision. Let them know that you understand them with the problem, and then you can connect to the solution. Some of you are starting with the solution. Won't work. You've got to get the understanding from your target market first. Let them know that you understand all their problems before you get to the solution. So you don't want to flip that formula. Vision, which is our understanding, problem, which is deepening the understanding, and then the solution where we can, solve the problem. So very basic sort of copywriting, but please remember when you do that, when you write in a post, particularly the writing or you're writing in Messenger, any of that kind of stuff, put your white space in. People can't cope with it on social media. People are looking on phones that are that big. And if you've got all this text sitting on top of each other, they'll get a few lines in and they're out of there. Okay? When you know your audience, who it is that you are helping. You understand their problems, you call it out, and you offer them something to solve it. The call to action, the sale at the end, like any of you that do email marketing or blogging or sales pages or anything like that, this is critical in that equation, because you've got to get that relatability. You've got to highlight all their problems that they have and then offer your solution. Those of you that are talking to people in Messenger and building your businesses organically and networking with people in Messenger, follow the same formula everywhere. So highlight, ask people, oh, so what are you struggling with? Blah, 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 and then so you can offer the solution. The solution comes last, it doesn't come first. So be very careful of, what you're leading with. So 3 words for you guys: vision, problem, solution. Remember that when you're writing your posts on social media, anything salesy of any, any capacity, write with that particular formula, and I guarantee you'll get better results. Okay, does that make sense to you? Yes, Heather, thank you for highlighting that over on Facebook here. Vision, problem, solution. It's as simple as that. But if you can learn to frame things in that way in social media, you're going to get people's understanding. They're going to know they get me. And then they're going to be looking at your solution more seriously. But you've got to start with human connection. And just remember what I said at the very beginning of this video. Times have changed. And people are looking for human connection more than ever. And, for the most part, people don't remember what you say. They remember how you make them feel. So when somebody knows she gets me, he gets me, they understand what I'm going through. Yes, that's what I want. But yes, that's what I'm struggling with. Or maybe I need that. When people feel that you understand them, they're going to be listening to your solution far more than if you start with the solution. Oh, I've got this amazing thing. And, you're starting with the solution. You're not going to get the buy-in. Take people on a journey, share things in a story-based format, and follow that kind of criteria: vision, problem, solution, and I guarantee you'll get better results on social media. Okay? So I hope that's helpful to you guys. Write that down. Remember it. Now, for my live video tomorrow, for those of you on my business page, YouTube, and Instagram, that's not airing live in any of those places. It's only in my free Facebook group, which is called Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. So if you want to join me live at this time tomorrow, I'm talking about the hottest lead generation strategies that are working right now on social media. You need to be in our free Facebook group. So that's Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. If you just want to go to that link, helenmartinonline.com/events. So again, helenmartinonline.com/events. The link to the group is on that page. Okay. So I would encourage you to turn up and listen to that live. Where are the hottest places that you can get leads on social media at the moment? That's what I'm talking about tomorrow, but it's only in my group. So I won't see you live on Instagram tomorrow. I won't see you live on YouTube or my business page. But come and join us over on the group there. Okay. And don't forget, those in my coaching community, we have the second live Q&A Zoom call. You can ask me any questions about anything at all. This is your chance to ask me questions about your business. What's going on for you? What are you struggling with? That's what these calls are for, okay? So all those details are on that link as well, helenmartinonline.com/events. And you'll be able to see all the information there of what's happening this week, okay? But for those of you that are going to join me in my free Facebook group tomorrow, I will see you then in the Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners Facebook group tomorrow, okay? I hope that was helpful to you guys. Just go and test it out. Please don't listen to these videos and go, oh, that's a really good idea. I should try that. Go and do it. Actually go and put it into action and learn. You can only learn to be a good copywriter and get good marketing skills when you actually go and do the things. Not just listen to me and go, oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. Go and do the things, okay? So goodbye to those over on Facebook and YouTube. We'll catch you tomorrow, hopefully. And goodbye to those over on Instagram.